Good evening guys, and welcome back to another vlog. Amy's here. She's just passed out on the couch over there. That couch is not actually staying there.
It is.
Just so you guys know. No, it's not. Welcome to another vlog. Tonight Amy and I are having a super chill, very lazy, very relaxed isolation night in, and I thought I would show you guys my night routine. Tomorrow I'm going to work, so there'll be a few things that I'll do out of the normal, but the rest of it's just going to be a very relaxed nighttime routine. Okay, before we get into it, Amy has asked me to quickly give her a manip, which is our way of saying like cracking her back. She's down on the floor here, and I just want you guys to hear how bad it cracks. You ready? That was a big one. You alright? So sometimes when it gets to nighttime and I haven't really drunk enough water during the day, I'll fill up my water bottle and try and get through it for the rest of the night. So at least I know that I've got a good solid litre of water on board before I'm going to. Let's see if I can get through this whole bottle before the end of this vlog. Okay, next thing we're gonna do tonight is put dinner on. So it's getting a little bit late, 6:30 now. Amy and I have really been enjoying having earlier dinners when we're in isolation, because we're not at work or not out doing things, we're at home. And so we've been having dinners at like 5:30, 6-ish, 6:30? Yeah, so we're a little bit late than we normally are during isolation tonight, but that's okay. I've got some veggies and some meat to put on to roast, and then we'll get stuck into the rest. Okay, just checking on our dinner. Nearly ready. Okay guys, our Sunday dinner roast is ready. Amy's excited, she's hungry. This looks so good, and I'm just having a small glass of wine with dinner. We're in our bathroom now, and I've got pink cheeks from the wine with dinner, so I'm gonna cool down a bit. But we're gonna do our regular skincare routine, and then I'm gonna do a little bit extra just because you guys are here and because it's a bit of an isolation self-care. So I'm gonna do a face mask, do some jade rolling, and then there's also this night cream that I really want to try out as well. Okay, if you've seen some of my other vlogs lately, you would have seen that I'm using the Ordinary skincare at the moment. This is the first time I'm trying it, and I got all the products in, I think it's called the daily set. So it's got a cleanser, the hydrochloric acid. I don't actually know what it does. I think it's a moisturizing one, and then I got a second moisturizer to finish it off. So we're gonna go in with the cleanser first, and then I might do a bit of a face mask, and we'll follow up with all of the moisturizers to really set everything in. So I've been using this skincare for about 2 weeks now, and it's doing well on my skin. I'm enjoying it, but it wasn't until recently that I was actually FaceTiming my 2 best friends, and one of them is also using this, and I was saying how I felt like the cleanser just like wasn't really cleansing my skin. It kind of like left a coat on top of my skin instead of it feeling like it had like cleaned it and cleaned everything off. And she was like, "Are you using it right?" I was like, yeah, of course I am. Then she like told me, and she read it off the back of the cleanser, like with the directions. Turns out I was not using it right. So you're supposed to put it on a dry face, put a bit on your fingers, and then rub it around so the heat in your hands turns it into an oil. Then put that on your dry face, and that's how you're supposed to cleanse it. And you wash it off obviously with warm water. So that's what we're going to do now. And you can see it really turns into like an oil. It's not a cream. It doesn't turn foaming. It really turns into like an oil cleanser, which is something different, something I've never used before. Okay, let's wash this off. Okay, that's the cleanser all washed off, and immediately my skin has that freshly cleansed feeling again now, like it's kind of been stripped and cleaned of all the oils and dirt that was on my face during the day. Now normally I would go in with the moisturizers and the oil, but I'm going to quickly pause and do a bit of a sheet mask now to give that extra kind of oomph to my skin. Now I'm using the Garnier charcoal one. I do really like this one. It really brightens on my skin. I think it's for ultra hydrating and like pore refining, but I really feel like it brightens up my skin when I put it on. So I'm going to put that on now, and then maybe do some jade rollering over the top. And also I wanted to talk to you guys because I feel like it's really exciting and something cool that you guys could maybe even join in on. Oh, that's so wet, which is good. The other day when I was talking to my friends, because obviously we're in isolation, we're missing each other and we can't see each other, so we're trying to think of things that we could do together. And we were just talking about all the books that we're reading, because we're getting through more books because of all of our downtime during isolation. And one of my friends had the idea that we'd do a bit of a book club between the three of us, like pick one book and, you know, one a month, and we could call each other again and have a chat about it and what we thought about it. And then the next month someone else would pick a new book. And so we decided to start with the book that I'm reading, which is The Tattooist of Auschwitz. And we had this discussion the other night, and I ended up staying up the whole night. Hi, baby. Amy's just come in. Hey. Do you need something?
No.
You just want to say hi?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm telling them about the book club.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I stayed up that night and I ended up finishing the whole book. And so the girls have bought it. Bye, baby. The girls have bought it now and we're going to be reading it. But I thought it'd be really fun if you guys wanted to join along. This month, it's April, we're going to be reading The Tattooist of Auschwitz. And then I'll let you guys know what we decide next month. And maybe you guys can join in and let me know in the comments. Alright, I've got this unpeeled. Now let's put this on. It never quite fits my face. I've got kind of a small chubby face, so they never perfectly fit my face, but that's okay. Everybody's different. Oh, because my skin's kind of warm, there we go, from the wine. This is like so cold. That's perfect. Oopsie daisies, that goes up. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit on my skin and I'm gonna grab my jade roller for about 15 minutes or so. So this is the jade roller I have. It's just a one-sided one. I don't have the one with the small one on the end, but this one works just fine for me. It's by Salt by Hendrix. I actually don't know. Amy got this one for me. I don't know where she got it from. I think it was like a little boutique store, but it's really good because I have quite textured skin. So the smooth ones don't do as much for my skin. So I'm just going to spend 15 minutes rollering this all over and hoping it sort of seeps in. Okay, that's, if that isn't one of the most satisfying feelings, like taking your eyelashes off at the end of a night. I really want all of this stuff to seep in as well. But see, look at my skin. It's that face mask. I really feel like it does a lot. I know that like a lot of people they're not a fan of like drugstore skincare or things like that, but I really, really like that one. I think it really works. Oh, my skin is feeling really good. I'm really happy. Okay, last little bit. Let's put the acid on. It's like an oil, like a little dropper, and that works. And then we'll go in with the moisturizer. And I might save the night cream for right before I go to bed. Amy just went to the grocery store to get us some groceries because we're running out a bit at the moment. We're trying to leave it to like the last minute so that we're not going to the grocery store unnecessarily. And we actually, just to help kind of combat that, we ordered another round of HelloFresh the other day. So that's going to be arriving tomorrow, which is really exciting. So maybe we'll be doing some HelloFresh cooking in some of our other vlogs. I think I've put on a little bit too much, but that's okay. I'll really work it into the skin. And lastly is the moisturizer. This one's really nice. It's nice and thick. I like it a lot. Skincare is definitely one of the activities that I do in my nighttime routine that is one of those winding down ones. So you know those kind of activities that you're supposed to do to help you wind down and release more melatonin and like drop the lights for your circadian rhythms and things like that to help you sleep. Doing my nightly skincare is definitely one of them. It definitely relaxes me, it makes me feel clean and fresh and like ready to like go to sleep and have a good night's sleep. Perfect, my skin is feeling really, really good now. All right, the next thing to do in my night routine is to come and spend a bit of time with Amy.
Finally.
Because we did our love language quiz the other day, and we've done it before, but it's just nice to kind of refresh our memory. And Amy's love language is quality time. So I've really got to like make sure that I'm putting in the time to spend with her and like, you know,
That's so nice.
yeah, showing you some love in your way.
That's
So one of the shows that we really like, what's it called? First Dates. What's it
I
called?
think it's like First Dates Australia. We just watched
Yeah.
RBT, which is a
Which is
lot
Amy's
of fun.
favourite show. But it's called First Dates. It's really silly. It's just a bunch of people who get set up on like a blind date, I think.
Yeah.
So we're going to sit down and watch that. And Amy, when she was at the shop, she got me a bunny.
Because Grace's love language is having gifts bought for her.
I think it's acts of service.
Whatever
isn't that what
it
it's
is,
called?
I bought you a bunny.
Yes. So thank you, baby. That's mine. Okay guys, we are settling in for the night, brushing our teeth and hopping into bed. Okay, right before I go to bed, I'm going to do one last skincare step. It's by Roden & Fields. It's a night cream. I'm going to pop this all over my face and let that sit and soak into me while I'm asleep. Okay, before we settle in to do whatever we're doing before we go to sleep, whether we're sitting on our phones or watching something on the laptop or reading a book, I'll always quickly check my roster for the next day if I'm working.
It's a skill she's had to learn.
Yeah, because I've missed or been late for some shifts.
Had to receive a couple of calls from a couple of people.
But we check my roster and then we set my alarms to make sure that I'm waking up and I've got enough time in the morning. So I'll quickly go do that now. Okay guys, we have finished reading and we're getting tired. You can see Amy's eyes. Look at her. We're tired. It's pretty late actually. We did have a late one. So we're going to call it a night here. Thank you for joining me on my nighttime routine. Amy?
Thanks for joining us on our
Yes.
nighttime routine.
Thank you for my surprise, my chocolate bunny.
You're welcome.
Guys, I nearly finished my water, so I'm going to quickly smash this down and then say goodnight to you guys. Have a good night. We'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.